A Kamloops mother is in the city to talk about a serious and devastating topic. It's not the first time Glendene Grant has visited the city, and her message remains the same. Human trafficking can happen anywhere. But for those who deal with exploited youth, the job is getting tougher every year.
To do than to not go. So she left. We dropped her off at the airport. It was the last day we ever saw Jessie. Christmas Day. Christmas has never been the same for any of us.
That was the beginning of Jessie Foster's disappearance, lured into the United States from Kamloops and into the life of drugs and prostitution for the past 8 years.
She figures 3 years of knowing a person's name and face, she knows this guy. And he started off by asking her to go on a trip with him. And I usually go trip because it was no vacation, it was more of a setup.
Jessie's mother, Glendene Grant, has been touring with a specific message.
Human trafficking is happening. It happens all around us. It's not a third world country. It's not something that happens in other places. It happens here, and it's happening now. And it's been happening for a long time, but it's only just been in the last few years that it's finally being noticed and recognized, and people are really starting to be aware now. And that's what the message is. You need to be aware of it so that you know what's out there.
That's why we wear fuchsia ribbons.
Diane Nakamura is the coordinator for the Communities Against the Sexual Exploitation of Youth and says resources to help exploited youth have dwindled in recent years.
We used to have a safe house for them. We had an outreach worker, and we had an education worker who would go around to the community and do presentations and workshops on sexually exploited youth, and those services have disappeared since the early 2000s.
Another difference from years ago, sexually exploited youth have been driven underground by the gangs.
They're not visible out on the streets because they are working out of the drug houses. It's gone underground.
For Grant, the politics of sexually exploited youth are not her concern.
He wants to know if I just want to turn a couple of tricks and make some fast money. And it hit me like a ton of bricks.
She does what she does for the love of family, and not just hers, but everyone's.
I don't look at it from the official, the legal, the any kind of standpoint. I look at it from the family. And because of looking at it from the family, we do it on our own. And if there's no resources, then we take the loss ourselves because we're going to keep doing it. But it seems like there's always more and more people that are interested in learning.
Nakamura says with gangs getting involved, threats of reprisal are what keep sexually exploited youth from coming forward to tell their stories. Cheryl Jan, CKPG News.